Hello everyone, and welcome to the Bowtie Guy. First of all, I hope that all of you watching this are safe and healthy. I didn't plan to launch this YouTube channel during this terrible pandemic. But like many of you, I'm currently sheltering in place, and that has provided me with some time to carry out this idea of mine that I've had for a long while, namely the Bowtie Guy. This channel will explore the concept of moving abroad. Not just traveling, not just going on vacations, but actually moving abroad. Why would you do it? How could you do it? And how could you bring some random plans with you on the way? And lastly, of course, it'll be about bow ties, why they're awesome, and how to tie them. My name is Christian, and I'm originally from Denmark. I lived in Denmark until I was 25, at which point I moved to the Netherlands, stayed there for 4 years, and then moved to the US, where I now live in Virginia. I drink a lot of nice coffee, and I do CrossFit for exercise. On a daily basis, I'm a professional astronomer. I do research in astronomy. And now what is this thing about the bow tie? Well, I think bow ties are awesome, classy, and trendy. And I think more people should wear them on a regular basis. But I do realize that they are not as easy to handle as a necktie. But they're much cooler when you actually know how to tie them. At the end of each of these episodes of the Bowtie Guy, I will show you how to tie your bow tie and the different types of bow ties that you could tie. If you say, hey, I already have a bow tie, it's an easy clip-on, it fits on my tuxedo, I'll tell you, I know that's true, that it fits on your tuxedo, but the feeling of not clipping on your bow tie, but actually tying it yourself, and tying any kind of patterned bow tie for any kind of outfit, just elevates that outfit to something very special. As you guys have probably figured out already, I'm not used to filming myself or appearing on a screen. This idea is my first ever attempt at entertaining anyone online. If you like the idea of what I'm doing here, if the concept of moving abroad is interesting to you, please leave me a comment and let me know, and give this video a like. I'd really appreciate it to actually see if anyone is interested. Now, when talking about being abroad, there's a difference between traveling abroad, going on vacation abroad on one hand, and then moving abroad on the other hand. And that is the area or the difference that I want to explore. Especially, what is it to be moving abroad? What does it mean to not have a return flight date? Now, the first longer stay I had abroad outside of Denmark was when I moved to Hawaii in the US for 5 months to do a university exchange and study at the University of Hawaii. Now, some people might say, yeah, sure, go to Hawaii to do studies, when in real life it was just to lie on the beach and surf for half a year. In fact, I only went on a surfboard 3 times while I was there, and I did not get up standing. When I traveled to Hawaii, I went there for 5 months, and I did have a return flight when I went. But the full length of the stay meant anyway that I actually could establish an everyday life in Hawaii. Now, what does it mean to have an everyday life in some place? One of the things it means is that you can wake up in the morning and not have a set schedule for tourist attractions to visit, museums to see, or restaurants to go to. That you can actually just wake up, go to work or to school, and then come home, cook yourself dinner, and watch a show, and go to sleep like you would do back at home in your home country. Now, why is this important to have an everyday life? It's important because you will start to pick up on local customs, local culture, and local languages, and you'll start to be able to bond better with the locals where you have moved to. The first time I moved abroad without a return ticket was when I moved to the Netherlands from Denmark when I was 25. I knew I was going to live in the Netherlands for 4 years, so when I moved, I immediately started learning the local language, Dutch, which, and apologize in advance for the Dutch people that might be watching, is a pretty useless language in the global context, almost as useless as my own mother tongue Danish. So one thing we'll be talking about on this channel is what it does to you to pick up a new language. Maybe even a language that's not a huge world language, but actually kind of a local language to a place. I'll be discussing how to adapt to a new culture, how to find your way around the technicalities of moving, of setting yourself up in a new place. And to all you guys watching out there, I would like to know what dreams or ideas you might have in mind for moving yourselves abroad. Now, I of course promised you to show you how to tie a bow tie. I'm wearing my favorite bow tie right now. It was the one that my wife gave to me when she proposed to me. What you do is you take the thin side, not the folded side, but the thin side of each end here. You pull them apart. Voila! And it can fall down this way. And you untie the knot in your throat and have it hanging down there. Now, different bow ties, different self-tie bow ties can have different shapes. And over the course of the next videos, I'll show you different shapes and how you tie them. It's the same tying technique, but some can be a bit more challenging than others. Now, I'm right-handed, so if you're right-handed, you should let the right-hand side of the bow tie hang down maybe an inch, maybe 2 centimeters longer than the left-hand side. You then take the right-hand side, flip it over the left-hand side, and tie a knot up in your throat. There we go. Now we come to the part where the first 10, 50 times I did this, my hands cramped because it's a very awkward position to be in. Now to go from here, you take the inner side of the two sides you folded, which for me is the one over here at the right. You then hold it down at the end, and then under this other side, you pinch your finger around this part of it, and you place it up here. See, now we're starting to get at least the right position for where the bow tie needs to be. Now, the next part is crucial and critical. With your right hand side, with your index finger, you might be able to feel that you have created a little loophole which has been created between the two sides, up here under. The loophole is there. Now, you pinch the outer side up under the side you just folded, and you give a fold of that side to your right hand and pull it through. If you get to this point, you are very far and you're able to make it, although it still doesn't look perfect. Now is the point where you can start tightening it up. The outer side of the fold you just put in here is the one where if you hold tight over on the left hand side, and you can pull this one and tighten the knot. After that, you can start adjusting both sides until they're perfect. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. If you liked this video, I would appreciate you telling me. I'd appreciate you letting me know if you find this content interesting about moving abroad and what your ideas might be about moving abroad yourselves. So until next time,